Testing, 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 test. Okay. Let's just put some stuff over important. Testing, 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 testing. No. Testing. Testing. That's right. So my mic definitely works. It's just my phone is really quiet right now. The phone thing, that's what it is. My mic definitely yeah, okay. Like my phone is just really quiet for whatever reason. Phone's alright. Great. Casual at free to play C6 or one. You thought C6 or Kingdom, I'm assuming? Yeah, C6 Kingdom. Oh, I'm for free to play? I'm gonna do story because the song goes on my stop doing storycraft to grind levels and certain characters. What time can I do? 8 and 8. That's pretty good enough. I don't know why I'm feeling this. Pharmacy, yeah, I knew it was over here. Hey, please, God.
Listen, as long as you stick to your own path, it doesn't matter what Mother Nature throws at you.
I think if Mother Nature throws a tornado my way, I think I shouldn't be sticking on the path, my own path, and it's leading down a tornado way. Yes. Thanks for the great advice. I mean, you didn't even get advice.
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Yeah, your father's fine.
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much
He's
better.
poisoned by his wife, but like, he's fine.
I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. Baiju?
He's probably injured by robbing your path, by leaving his life.
Seems he moved me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really?
Well,
Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiang Li once we find her. Speaking of which, Has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet.
You're asking
I'll
a
go check with them
child?
again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now. I can accompany Ayu to the Adventurers Guild.
I suppose you're right. I'll have to rely on you this time. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baiju in person once he's finished resting.
I mean, you're probably gonna be shot by your wife, just the one who's, for some reason, trying to kill you, from what it looked like, I don't know.
Traveler, Baiju hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Jialiang again.
Let's go check
Do
up
you
on him.
think he-
Well, okay, so I cut you off out. Let's go check up on him. Yeah, he might be a bit, like, half dead.
Huh? Hey, wait up!
Huh?
Oh, my room.
You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baiju's gonna nap for? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
I don't know, it's just the way he talks. Like, you can never trust the guy.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just... Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baiju! Changsheng!
Are you both okay? I mean, I don't really care about, the snake. But Baiju, are you okay?
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But, with Changsheng's help, I will recover in time.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment, and as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition.
Oh, okay, so it isn't there to be like, like, it's there to, help him. Okay, yes, that makes sense. But why is the wife got missing? Did she make some, like, kind of deal or something?
Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs.
Oh, it's not
Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
So that's why Zhang... Yeah, I can't say her name. Did it.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiangli had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy. Or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiangli has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jialiang's life, Jiangli has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
I never suspected that even Jiangli would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible, whatever the cost may be.
Fate, huh?
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where Jiangli is. Her regular exposure to God remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
I'm assuming he overheard us. If that's the case, he's probably like. Sorry, I'm also making a thumbnail for a video I have planned to release. Huh? Who's that? Question mark.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baiju.
It's Jialiang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
Dr. Baiju, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiangli's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and rest.
For that, and if he gets in the way, it kind of puts a strain on the people who are trying to save her in the first place.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. So why should I fear it? There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Oh no.
Very well.
No.
Then follow me.
GG. Everyone's here. Jeez.
Dr. Baiju, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. Baiju, do you mean...
Hop to it now, and remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Okay.
I love the way Gigi talks. I mean, she's a 5-star too. Like, you would, if you see that, you would not expect it to be a 5-star. I would really love to do a video where I, like, show my friend images, and then they have to kind of, say whether the thing is, you know, a, I'll be a sick video, like, say whether it's maybe a 5-star or something. Also, how did I get in there to get that? Probably the way to get in there, right? Oh, Asia.
Better than nothing.
I guess probably trying to.
First to find gets to stake their claim. Seems fair.
Oh, God, that's free chest. Oh, that's cool. I didn't want to do this.
I suppose this will do.
Strike a pop!
Ready.
Oh, that opens that huge. That's a similar place before, probably. Okay. So I'm just putting those like traps. So my heel. Oh. I'm gonna try to that thing. So it's really annoying.
Take
Okay,
it!
it's kind of fun.
Go on. You have my approval.
Wait, what?
Time to testify. Ha! Into the shadows.
No, my sword!
Ready.
There's also Stevie's down there. There's 2 more too, actually. This one over here, alright. Yeah. Oh, there's something I just saw that. Like, it's literally here in the rush, okay? I did run past it inevitably. I was just like,
I suppose this will do.
and as for the thing, any idea where the series is? Mine's to find it before. I feel like it's not in this cave, but I feel like it's pretty something to go down. The chest. I should really go and get that chest, right?
Into the shadows.
I'm pretty sure all of them were like 2-star chests, by the way. It's pretty simple chest too.
Chest loaded. If these items are unclaimed, we may take them without controversy.
I'm pretty sure, I may be wrong, I'm pretty sure the majority of story quests I have are like leeway story quests. I have one sumo story quest which is news because I feel like it's not really a story quest focused on her specifically. So I kind of hesitate to play it and all that. I feel like it's gonna be boring. Maybe this one I will eventually get through it, but like, yeah, if it's like 2 hours, that's just so long. But then again, the story quest it's like boring. I don't like something about it. I'm like, oh.
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Come on, get some rest. Also, if you guys are asking what video I'm gonna need, at work. And I'm Genshin and Password Spiral this because I played it till 9, I think I got 2, and then till 10 just struggled to play a current level, current characters that I had, I think. Yeah, it's just a fun video. I'll probably do more just Spiral or best videos in general. Yeah. We tell them something different, like. But, you know. I feel like just doing through a vicious throwaway Genshin video will be fun. Just, you know.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me. Then let's hurry.
Entanglement of fast strings. It says Baju, right? Baju. Needs wind and needs geo at least. What's wrong? We can use animal because we can use what's it called? The spirit animal to go this level. Dendro, because I barely just Dendro, so we don't really need to change our class to be honest.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead?
Just calling else gives me the creeps. But I'm just hoping this isn't as annoying as Who Tells story thingy, because if you guys don't remember Who Tells story quest, I had to also did I upload the video? I'm pretty sure I did. Doesn't why I just forgot to upload it, right? Yeah. Who Tells story quest, it was only meant to be like an hour thing, and I managed to get it to fit because it made me redo the whole dungeon again, which was like 20 minutes, give or take. Because it couldn't, because it glitched or whatever. And I think if you, like, do it without doing the first thing, it glitches and you have to redo it again, the whole dungeon, and it was so annoying. Anyway.
The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to, curses! Why can't I remember what she said?
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
You should okay, one sec.
The doctor was singing.
I'm pretty sure I said here. Maybe it isn't. It looks like it really said to be here because of how professionals.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Oh, you see.
Mind the sound.
Strike a pose!
Ready.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I don't see any dust on the sensor surface. The burn marks on the slight inside are still fresh. And everything this was left here by the treasure hoarders. It was probably left here by the post's wife, right?
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense? You sure? 'Cause we did run into that group of monsters just now.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiangli was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jia Liang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiangli. Yes, This was the place. This is where I told Young Lee to give me the poison. I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She is right below us, waiting for me.
You guys was listening, so I don't know where you tap. I feel like we're gonna like who knows is gonna be behind us, following us behind. I wouldn't be surprised.
I can feel it. We're getting close.
Oh, yeah.
We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Okay. That's cool.
Aha! We can keep going now!
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Yeah, but how can I move this? Oh, actually, I can push it this way. Push it this way. That way.
Into the shadows.
Remember, help comes first.
Make sure you just go same time down.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Moving.
Yeah, that's for one. I'm not really getting used to fighting to the like behind him up.
Rain outlines your fate. Time to act.
How do I feel like I need to fix this train somehow.
Body and mind.
I don't think I need to fix this train. Maybe it like slowly gets fixed and what I don't know. Oh, that would work.
Body and mind.
Maybe it does reach that. Like,
Time to act.
that's not right. That's all I want. Okay, yeah, I just realized I just throw it out. Okay. So I do like how you have to be, it's annoying, but at the same time it makes sense to be able to like on the right side and push it. You're pushing it. Wait, what? Wait, I can't add this one. Wait, actually, I'm assuming it activates and it activates that.
Time to act. Body and mind.
These crystals are probably related to the poison or something, whatever it's called. Are you still lost? Oh, babe.
Body and mind.
Jiangli!
Wait, this. Oh, no, he's not that. I was like, hey! See, why can't this
God
go
remains
on?
must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Hunt them down. Move it.
Time to act. May my final stand be a monument to chivalry.
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains right away! It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baiju said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect. And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working... Oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, we can't just give up on him! Baiju, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
Who tells about to come crush through the doors or whatever, right? And save them both or something like that. Or he's gonna die. Yeah, it's my mother.
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it and live.
Dr. Baiju, give it to me straight. How long does Jiangli have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
You can't be thinking about that again.
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baiju, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiangli have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see how you grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis. If my choice can bring Jiangli back, then even if I die...
Jialiang.
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. Baiju, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together. Just a moment. That's all.
Of course.
You saying your dad's not gonna come brushing her door? She was watching your conversation earlier.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
Jialiang. Baiju, Changsheng. Is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiangli would not have had to resort to unnatural methods. What a crazy situation! Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiangli. What's the point of it all?
Well, Paimon, stop crying. You're literally the only one who always tears up in a situation. Like, try and make other people more sad. Like, anyway, all we can do right now is honor Changling's decision and bear witness.
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm,
yeah.
all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch Ayu grow up.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have.
Yeah.
Oh, how I would love
So you can't hear anything.
to hear your voice one last time.
Cutscene.
Jialiang. Jialiang! Jialiang!
Oh,
Jialiang!
alive.
Dad, are you awake?
Jiangli, are you? Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I am as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jialiang's iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jia Liang to show us the way before we set off for Qingce Village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiangli in time.
I knew someone was listening in on that conversation, so it was Hu Tao.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it seems nothing escapes Dr. Baiju's attention.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu, and cure Dad for good!
I don't think it's gonna be.
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng funeral parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you. Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
Is she finally gone? All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion.
I'm assuming Gigi's probably terrified of Hu Tao. Such as Paimon's idea of a celebration can only mean one thing.
At times like this, a grand celebratory feast is in order.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Jiangli and Ayu around the dinner table.
This was a hard-won meal. Maybe you'll whip something up too. It's been a while.
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients. Let's go!
You guys have your own favorite.
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing my duty.
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Oh, we're playing as Baizhu? Okay.
Now that you are part zombie, there are some rules that you need to know.
I want to teach you the ropes? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening.
First, don't forget to stretch your body regularly. Second, don't forget to...
Yes? Go on. Don't forget to...
I forgot.
Follow Chun-Li outside, leave back.
Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changsheng, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu.
Now by the point.
A bitter pill to swallow. Mind the side effect.
I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functions.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang's still only been in your care for a few days. Not just that, you even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be explained by intellect alone. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases.
Why would you want to do that unless you want to transfer your toxins to something like that, so you could be easily cured or something? I don't know.
When I treated Jialiang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
See, the thing is, like, I trust him, but the way he's doing this, and second, I know he's a doctor, but like, risking your own life to save someone else's life is pretty goddamn stupid. I feel like, you have probably a bet. I feel like in this world, if you have a vision, you have a very high chance of surviving anything. One, Proton, well, let's be honest here. Second, not as always, like, I think Sierra had a vision. Well, she had probably a major vision, I don't know if she had an actual vision, because she's pretty not a playable ever, I don't think. Anyway, yeah, okay, let's get back onto this.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then even you might have... What am I saying? I'm in no position to criticize you for this. The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old, and I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another, and then you tried the poison on yourself too. It looks like both of us have ended up going the same way as our master before us. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study medicine.
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Yeah, probably because you're kind of be saying, "Oh, you're dead. Bye." You're already doomed to die.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changshang to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. There are so many that, some of them, I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
I'm gonna go play with you guys. I'm pretty sure we have a cutscene where we got one of this whole story quest, and I think it's pretty near the end during the cutscene, and I need to play it super badly. So yes, I'll be right back with you guys. We should be right back. Okay, I'm back. Guess who's back? I'm back again. And go and tell a friend.
Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes, and said even Dad will be able to taste them. Come and try them out.
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
Baizhu, what did Jiang Li mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay?
And when Chancellor was talking about fate, what did she mean exactly?
Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Jiang Li's master, has passed away at a young age. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps people live longer.
It is a very long story.
Flashback time! Cutscene.
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is, until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poisoned chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
again. No matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojin. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
Okay, nice information about the pure plot thing. Honestly, great. Honestly, great cutscene. Lasted longer than I expected, to be honest. And beyond that, is the reason he wants to have an eternal life, like immortality, is to never see someone pass away, or to never his friends or people he's close with disappear, let him see him disappear or something, because like the whole if you die, the people you care about will be sad for you, etc. And it really makes you wonder. I guess that's probably his reason for immortality, kind of thing.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
So, Baiju, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Cheng Sheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang Li's life, or Jiang Li grieved over Jia Liang's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
Huh? But didn't you already transfer a ton of diseases onto yourself?
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease?
Okay, stop speaking in
When
riddle.
it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body?
I said stop speaking in riddles, Mr. Baiju.
If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Cheng Sheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it?
I was wondering, did they ever mention before this, like, this thing will perish if they lose the host? The elixir of immortality, you have to become immortal yourself.
Precisely. I will be Cheng Sheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, Baiju.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
Story end? Oh, no, man.
For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. Baiju, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have coconut
Cheeky
milk
jump scare.
for Changsheng and Paimon.
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten.
Oh, Paimon, leave some grub for me. End quest time,
I do
Marcus.
envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
End quest. Sick. Well, that's Baiju's story quest view. It was also a really good story quest. Wasn't bad in the slightest, I don't think. Didn't really get bored of it. Maybe because strategy is just a thing. What do you buy from it anyway? Because oh, she probably butchered these recipes, to be honest. Okay. Oh, you can buy stuff like mist flour.
Please, show me your prescription.
May I disrupt you? I mean, it's okay. I'm gonna, without further ado, I guess that's, Baiju's story quest.
Body and mind.
Do I do another thing here? What do I do is quest getting a while out of the way. It's going really short now. Okay, I have these quests. I feel like I kind of want to do Albedo's quest. That would be fun. This is also again really short now. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 left, and then there's also this. But like these will take a while because I have to wait about 4 days to even get 2 keys. And then there's gonna be another one that comes out, which I will be doing a video on straight away, probably, most likely, if I remember. Anyway, check. Also, you get like, if you do it in limited time, the one that comes out in 5.5, you will get 120 parameters, go 60 and 60 each. Anyway, Albedo request. Also, go to some on the side. I'm pretty sure Albedo has like close connection with Klee, I believe, so like you're against the Klee again, probably. I don't know if it's gonna just one second. Oh yeah, you forgot your name, Gabriel.
Huh? Looks like Timaeus isn't here today.
Wait, are these two... Oh! Hello, Traveler and Paimon. Pardon me, Are you looking for Timaeus?
Doesn't Timaeus has like a girlfriend or wife in Leeway or something? I think that's a law film.
No, just strange for him
Please
to not
not
be
to
around.
right.
Paimon always sees him standing here.
I
Just
see.
standing there.
He was called away by Albedo a little while ago. I was called over to attend to the store. If you need any help, just call my name. If not, I'll be reading a book over there.
Thanks. No worries. We're all clued up on the basics of alchemy, aren't we?
No need to trouble you.
I guess it's no surprise coming from the one who repelled Storm Terror. Actually, since it's you, I bet you're someone who'd be able to help Albedo.
There's that name again. Albedo. You and Timaeus mentioned him the last time we met, right? Is he also an alchemist in Mondstadt?
Not a name I'm familiar with. I think I might have heard of him before. I think we heard him in Cleestoy Quest, but I think this takes place before Cleestoy Quest, I believe. Then wait, we might not meet Clee in the Story Quest. That stinks. I think, I don't know.
Apologies. I never introduced him. Albedo is the Knights of Favonia's chief alchemist. He's also Timaeus and my teacher.
But Paimon's only ever seen Timaeus teaching alchemy. So that means Albedo is a teacher?
Yes. He's dedicated himself to investigating the truth of this world, and has made many an important breakthrough. We often get alchemists coming to Mondstadt from all over Teyvat, seeking his help. They say that the subtlest of guidance from Mr. Albedo helps them to solve the most unfathomable of problems.
Wow! Paimon didn't know he was such a big deal.
Still, it seems that he's encountered a problem in his research recently. Every time I see him, he has a concerned look on his face.
I'm not sure someone as smart as him could use my help. My knowledge of alchemy stops at basic crafting.
I'm sure that Albedo would love to hear about your incredible exploits. I know it would bring him lots of new inspiration. Albedo is a true gentleman. He'll be sure to pay you back in equal measure for helping him out.
Can you make me stronger? Can you make Paimon stronger? Because like Paimon's a bit of a weakling right now.
Paimon doesn't need any help in that department.
You do.
But if Albedo wants to pay Paimon back for helping him, a few more might settle the score.
Albedo and Timaeus will be conducting research in the mountains right now. I'd love to take you both to see him, but somebody has to attend to the store. I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look for him by yourselves.
There's not finished this quest
Look out for a
today,
refined
but
gentleman with the
these guys
presence of a true
are
scholar.
doing a bit of it.
And, sorry. That's the best I
I
can
didn't
do.
name Sucrose, so I
You'll
know
have to
that's
do
their
your
name, I
best.
think.
Hey, stop worrying. We got this. Sucrose is a whole lot less
I was
nervous
on to
when
get
she
the
gets talking
estimator
about
just spawned
alchemy
back
and
over
research,
here
huh?
because he's
Is that what all researchers are like?
like Sucrose.
My apologies. I don't really know how else to describe him. If I could sketch you his portrait, I would. But my pencil strokes are no match for his.
The glades, jeez. Oof. Anyway.
Sister Rosaria! So here you are! Choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
But this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
I mean, sure, but...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find it the least bit odd?
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people. Don't fret, nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Seems like that sister's an expert in making people believe anything she wants.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
Can you stop being annoying?
She seems like a dangerous villain, or a trickster at best.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where, and you think I'm the trickster?
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering so quietly.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... So it's you. The honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Well then, given your status, I won't press you on your reasons for eavesdropping. Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
Yeah, you still could have.
Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains?
We're looking for Albert. We're investigating the truth of his world.
If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant.
As far as sisters go, you're fairly mysterious. You're more like a detective.
I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the trap. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Oh, I going on the mountain. Freeze the mountain. Why is that? Oh gosh. Ooh, here.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Okay, could you?
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example? It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm alright. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
There's about trees, the other side. Let's see what's going on. You can put some thing in the way about you on the side. Oh, you're painting out here.
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Potential paintings everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilly churros? Isn't he in danger? Looks like we startled them.
You're painting. Oh, you're painting the hilly trails. Oh my god, I can't. Just the other way. Ah, yeah.
Ready.
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished.
You were painting hills. I thought you were painting a landscape. Landscape.
What's up with painting hilly trails? What makes them so interesting?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
Very evergreen.
Wow, look at the detail! But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hilly trails anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
Hold your horses. Something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
Why would I know what you're doing in the first place?
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Hey! What a weirdo.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her. But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt talking. I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world, correct?
Well, it isn't easy when everyone finds out. I'm assuming a lot of people know about other worlds or stuff because, like, this comes up a lot. Like, because you're not basically you're run-of-the-mill people. We're basically from a different world. Correct, you are worthy of your scholarly reputation.
Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously.
Your research? I'm not sure I understand.
Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin? The essence of life?
Whoa. You want to start with that?
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain. For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
Alchemy really is miraculous. Alchemy really is useful. Thing is that is like idle animation? Was I one of these idle animations? I don't know, because if not, they put a decent bit of effort into it, but like so yeah.
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results. It's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against. That's where I need your assistance.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world. But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
So I'm an object of research.
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
Is there any danger? What's in it for me?
It's possible. But I will do everything in my control to ensure your safety. Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going. There's research to do.
Rosalia. Sorry.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
I want like this one. Okay. This is two visuals. Oh, it's still in the icy area.
Paimon has a question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
I don't know. But I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible. Still a little difficult to understand?
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Doesn't seem like you understood. That's what I want to know.
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
I'm sure you should know how to keep Paimon on board. You seem through Paimon's ulterior motives.
Well, let's just say I occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid.
Clear, right?
It's one of the few non-alchemy related disciplines I'm any good at.
That has to be clear, right?
The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person, how you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. I've got a few questions in that regard. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of that nature.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Fascinating. And this floating child is connected to your body in some way?
What a stupid question! Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you.
I met Paimon on my travels. I thought Paimon was fishing with a fishing rod.
Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder, did Paimon guide the elemental power to you?
Good question, to be fair.
But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springville to flow backwards. No, that definitely can't be it.
Hey! How would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in their research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the answers. Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally. Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them, using whatever method comes most naturally to you.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just a simple exercise. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
Slimes! Slimes are fine!
I don't follow it. It seems like a hassle as long as I'm not being battled around by Hydro mimics.
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
Time to testify.
Time to shine! Shower me with praise!
Loaded.
No, my soul!
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready.
No, the threat's just a bit cold.
Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
Internal flow? How do you test that?
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power. If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Will it make my stomach swell? Will it crystallize in my stomach?
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
And in the abnormal course of events?
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not to worry.
That's not hugely reassuring.
Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it with this test. Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad sign.
This is like a health checkup.
Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. We'll need to find it. It's a type of ore known as star silver, but unfortunately not all of it is suitable. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on the way. I'll point out any likely contenders. All going to plan, we should be able to begin concocting the potion when we get to the campsite.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems like there's a silver lining. Let's keep our eyes open.
Time to act.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes. This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Oh, Timaeus. Oh, he's drawing here too. He showed models.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello!
I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes.
Rational, rational, or whatever. I would have thought that even Paimon and I were more closely related.
Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements. Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements. A cryoregisvine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins. In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This traveler is a visitor from another world. If it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world... Now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
Great. I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand it over to you. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
I'm pretty completing this quest tomorrow. But I also want to check something. This is that, right? He's here! I knew they wouldn't make that. He's still here.
Ad Astra.
4 hours, okay, it's 4 hours, so I can have a bit sleep by then. But the rest is okay, I proved they're wrong. Anyway, I don't know why it's the rank quest, just tools her. I'll do the rest quest tomorrow, and as for the video, we will see me in a couple of minutes, or whatnot. And that guy's just stealing the money from the fishing rod, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Not bad for today. What are you doing here? What are you doing? I'm not doing anything. Well, you call me alright, haven't you? Okay, I knew he steals money from the police room, but like that watch? He was like, he looked around like this. Like, he's doing it now. Not bad. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's what's the guy's name? Rachel. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. That's a stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, today technically, depending on what time you are from. I guess time that you're in. Anyway, I'll see you guys later, I guess. Bye.